Thank you very much. I've just received a call from Secretary Clinton. She congratulated us, it's about us, on our victory.
How the hell did this happen? How did a real estate entrepreneur turned reality TV star with no political experience become the 45th president of the United States? How did we not see this coming? These were the questions that everyone wanted to know. The fact that Donald J. Trump is our next commander-in-chief is astonishing. Throughout the election cycle, the media ridiculed and dismissed Trump as a serious candidate.
Which Republican candidate has the best chance of winning the general election?
Of the declared ones, right now, Donald Trump.
No part of your mind or brain can you imagine Donald Trump standing up one day and delivering a State of the Union address?
Well, I can imagine it in a Saturday night skit.
So, Jenny, could he actually win?
No freaking way! Oh my God! When?
After winning the Republican nomination, the media continued to ignore his chances of winning. But in the end, it was Trump who got the last laugh. Leading up to the election, every political poll showed that Clinton was going to be the favorite. Hillary has been a politician since 2001. She has served as a U.S. Senator and Secretary of State. How could she lose to this guy? Well, let's go back and see how we went from this
You're fired.
to this.
Sorry to keep you waiting. Complicated business. Complicated. Thank you very much.
Donald Trump is usually known for his skyscrapers and game shows, but he also showed an interest in politics.
But they are beating the hell out of this country. Kuwait, they live like kings. The poorest person in Kuwait, they live like kings. And yet they're not paying. We make it possible for them to sell their oil. Why aren't they paying us 25% of what they're making? It's a joke.
This sounds like political presidential talk to me, and I know people have talked to you about whether or not you want to run. Would you ever?
Probably not, but I do get tired of seeing the country ripped off.
Why would you not?
I just don't think I really have the inclination to do it. I love what I'm doing. I really like it.
Also, it doesn't pay as well.
No, it doesn't.
Back then, he simply could not visualize himself as being the president. But as time progressed, and people continued to lose faith in our government, the thought of a Donald Trump presidency seemed more realistic. The moment Trump announced that he would enter the race, he wasted no time separating himself from everyone else.
When Mexico sends its people, they're not sending their best. They're not sending you. They're not sending you. They're sending people that have lots of problems, and they're bringing those problems with us. They're bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, they're rapists.
Donald's rhetoric would eventually cause a division within the GOP. Democrats also denounced Trump as a serious presidential contender. Some of them tried to warn us that he might become president, but the pundits only seen Donald Trump as a joke.
This man has got some momentum, and we better be ready for the fact that he might be leading the Republican ticket next.
I know you don't believe that, but I want to go on.
Sorry to laugh.
The Republicans' disavowal of Trump, combined with the disrespect from the left, made everyone blind to Trump's actual potential. On July 18th, Trump easily clinched the GOP nomination despite going up against some very experienced politicians. He broke the record for most votes for any GOP candidate, but he also broke another record for most votes against any GOP candidate. 1 week later, Trump's opponent was announced at the DNC, who also broke some records. Hillary Clinton beat the most popular politician in America, Bernie Sanders, to become the first female candidate to be nominated by a major political party. She was also the first candidate to run for president while being investigated by the FBI.
I thought it would be easier to carry just one device.
She also used numerous mobile devices to send and to read email.
The emails were immediately captured and preserved.
There was no archiving at all of her emails.
That was my obligation. I fully fulfilled it.
They deleted all emails they did not produce to state, and the lawyers then cleaned their devices in such a way as to preclude complete forensic recovery.
The FBI investigation was a stain on Clinton's image, not because she mishandled classified information, then destroyed evidence to cover it up, but because she lied about the entire situation. A lot of people didn't like their choices of candidates to choose from. Both Trump and Clinton were involved in scandals, but Clinton had a lot more dirty laundry than Trump. The investigation was one problem, but she also had other issues to worry about. The legitimacy of her victory was not respected by many Bernie supporters after leaked emails showed a conflict of interest between top Clinton aides and the Democratic National Committee staff members.
And that is why, many months ago, I made it clear that I thought Debbie Wasserman Schultz should resign, should step down.
Both Trump and Hillary received very bad press, but the media chose to put the spotlight on Trump.
He referred to my hands. If they're small, something else must be small. I guarantee you there's no problem. I guarantee it. I never attacked him on his look, and believe me, there's plenty of subject matter right there.
The media paid so much attention to Donald Trump that it distracted many of us from what a large percentage of Americans thought about the election. Donald Trump used this opportunity to mobilize millions of Americans. Trump held rallies in key states, telling these voters how he shared their views. He talked about fixing unfair trade deals such as the TPP. He also talked about abolishing the Environmental Protection Agency. This strategy had a huge impact on the election. The total voter turnout was nearly the same compared to the last election, yet Hillary received almost 5 million fewer votes than Obama did in 2012. Meanwhile, Trump got roughly the same number of votes as Romney. Hillary had the advantage over Trump amongst female voters, mainly because Trump comes off as a misogynist and a womanizer.
Although she does have a very nice figure. I've said that if Ivanka weren't my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her. You know?
Stop it! Oh, it's so weird. Stop. You know what? You are sick. Yeah.
Clinton won the female vote with 94% of black women and 68% of Latino women both supporting her, but she couldn't gain the same support from white women. 53% of them voted for Trump. Only 45% of college-educated white women voted for Trump, but he made up with that loss with 62% of votes from non-college-educated white women. Clinton's weak Democratic support caused her to lose key states to Trump. Rust Belt battleground states, such as Michigan and Wisconsin, were very close, and a higher Democratic voter turnout would have given Hillary the better chance to win. Donald Trump only won Michigan by a margin of 0.2%. He won Wisconsin by a margin of 0.8%. Pennsylvania, Florida, Ohio, and Iowa were also former Democratic states that turned red. This was the biggest surprise of the election. These states voted Democrat for decades.
No way that Donald Trump can break the blue wall, right? We didn't break it, we shattered that sucker. We shattered.
The last time a Republican won Wisconsin was 1984. Pennsylvania and Michigan have been blue since 1988. These states were part of the blue wall that Democrats used as a stronghold to win. Winning these states were Trump's keys to victory. Hillary won the popular vote, but being popular is not how you become president. The popular vote is only relevant at a state level. Whoever wins the popular vote in that state gets that state's electoral votes. After you win that state, those extra votes are irrelevant. A large percentage of the U.S. population lives in urban cities, and most of these people tend to vote Democrat. That's how Clinton won the popular vote, but ultimately lost the election. If you break it up by counties, you can see why Trump was able to beat Hillary so easily. Hillary Clinton only won 500 counties out of 3,000. while Donald Trump was able to win 2,600 counties. That means that 83% of the geographic nation voted for Trump. Trump had a better game plan than Hillary did. He was able to mobilize millions of Americans to vote for him. He swayed voters in Pennsylvania and other key swing states, breaking the Democrats' blue wall. He persuaded voters to vote against Clinton by highlighting her failures and flaws. Clinton was not able to get the same support Obama got in 2012, which caused her to lose key states. That's how Trump won the election. In the past, he's made a lot of controversial statements. Somehow, Trump was able to overcome some very bad publicity. So, will we get 4 years of candidate Trump who says whatever comes to his mind, has no filter, and is politically incorrect?
Where I could stand in the middle of Fifth Avenue and shoot somebody and I wouldn't lose any voters, okay? It's like incredible.
Or will we get a more mature, calm Donald Trump who's able to lead this nation on a straight path?
I very much look forward to dealing with the president in the future, including counsel.
Only time will tell.